WrestleMania 39 is gonna be awesome! Hey, Matt here, and WrestleMania, baby! Yeah, it's that time again. We go to Hollywood, and fuck, this is gonna be an amazing show. You know, obviously things are different this year, but, you know, I'm thinking about my man, Killer Kyle, and it's one of those things where it's like, you look forward to WrestleMania every year, and either it's gonna be fun or it's gonna be the shits. So, I mean, it looks like it's gonna be stacked, and it is stacked. It looks like it's gonna be a hell of a show, and I mean, that's the thing. You know, the build up can be good, and the payoff could be bad, vice versa. So far, I think everything has told a good story, but right now, let's talk about night one. Let's start off with this match, and it's the first match of the card, which was mentioned on Raw, so okay. We have Austin Theory versus John Cena for the WWE United States Championship, and the empty arena promo that Austin Theory cut, and I hate saying this, like, I don't know where people came up with it, but for the second time, chef's kiss. Because Austin has come a long way from being a goofball on NXT to being one of the most intense wrestlers. Maybe that's stretching it, but yeah, very cool. This guy is gonna be money. Yeah, I want Money in the Bank. Okay, sure. But you have someone like John Cena, who's been in the business since 2002 in WWE, and multiple time champion. It's gonna be fun to see what happens, because here's a guy that is definitely gonna be the one to probably pass the torch. Not that I don't think he has to. Now, if he does happen to win the United States Championship again, that will be interesting. I think the belt is a lot more beautiful than it was in 2004, but it'll be interesting to see if John Cena can once again retain the title, or Austin can outdo John Cena and retain the title. Because, I mean, obviously we all know that Austin Theory can't see John Cena. This match, it's kind of cool when you have celebrities involved in matches, and this guy has definitely prove that he is a pretty damn good heel. You have Logan Paul, who will take on Seth Rollins, and this match is going to be fun. And I think that whether it's a shoot or it's a work, I don't really fucking know. Seth has made some very good points. You have, and you know that's been like that forever, Roddy Piper and Mr. T, so on and so forth. You have an outsider coming into the wrestling world, or the world of the WWE. And it just seems like this is going to be a barn burner. This is going to be a hell of a fight. You know, to pick a winner, obviously it's going to be Seth. I can see Seth go over. I don't know if they're going to really push Logan Paul like I thought they were going to. But, like, you know, you never know. But, honestly, I pick Seth. Have the 6-women tag team match. The returning Trish Stratus and Lita with Becky Lynch, who will take on Damage Control of Bailey Dakota and Io Sky. And it's cool because you saw Lita and Becky win their first tag team championships from Io and Dakota. But I mean, you look at the lineage, Trish and Lita go all the way back to 2000. You know, you have Lita with the Hardys, and then first she was with Asa Rios, and then the Hardys, and then you have Trish Stratus, who first appeared alongside Test and Albert. So this match is gonna be gold. And Damage Control is like these women that come up from NXT. I mean, Bailey obviously has been in it for a very long time. In fact, I believe it's 10 years now. But still, just the fact that they've really improved over the years. It's going to be interesting. And honestly, I will say Damage Control. Here's the thing. Becky and Lita have nothing to lose. I believe they're going to be good tag team champions for a while. Trish Stratus just came back out of retirement. And it's going to be fun to see who's going to go out on top. But yeah, I'm going to say Damage Control. And again, nothing to take away from Trish, Lita, and Becky. I think Damage Control is probably one of the strongest stables, women's stables, it doesn't even matter, in WWE so far. The men's Wrestlemania showcase, the Fatal 4-Way, you got Braun Strowman and Ricochet, or as I like to say, Dr. Evil and Mini-Me. You got them taking on the Street Profits versus Alpha Omega versus the Viking Raiders. And this match is going to be a hell of a fight, too. I mean, Braun and Ricochet work well together. And I know Adam Shearer said some shit a while ago on Twitter, and he's obviously made an apology for that. So, honestly, I think that him working with Ricochet is going to be very cool. It's worked so far. The Street Profits, we all know, have been one of the best tag teams. Again, an understatement, but they have been the tag team champions. They're a pretty fun tag team. And yeah, I did say that one of them will turn on each other, but you never know. And that's the rumor. And then you got Alpha Academy, Obviously, Ortiz is gonna leave eventually, so I'm not sure. I mean, I was kind of, in a way, disappointed that you have maximum male models want to be, you know, having him on their side because he is doing a very good job with Chad Gable. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, Chad Gable being in two good take teams so far. You know, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. And of course, you got the Viking Raiders, Hanson and Rowe, and of course, Sarah Logan as Valhalla. So it's gonna be fun to see those two powerhouses taking on the rest of them. And I mean, there was a point on Raw, or no, it was last week on SmackDown with Strowman and Hanson and Ortiz. And I was like, wow, just kind of looking at the size difference. Both big guys. It was just crazy. But yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. Women's Championship, you've got Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. You know what? And I'm not just saying this, but Charlotte Flair went to NXT, beat Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 36. So, you know what? Yeah, it's time for Rhea Ripley to get the SmackDown Championship. I mean, why not? And I know that she's on the side of Judgment Day, so I'm not sure why they're even doing this, but come on. Let's pull the trigger already. And you know what? I think it'll be a good match. You know, I think it'll be fun. So, obviously, Rhea Ripley for me. Match, we've got the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I call them the new Quebecers, obviously, but you know, can we just get rid of the two straps each? Like, I'm hoping they do that for the main, and there's a rumor, and I'll get to that night too. You got Sammy and Kevin, who been odds, and then Sammy joins the Bloodline and have that whole storyline, which I thought was pretty fantastic. I really did. So that's gonna be fun to see what happens. But honestly, I will say Kevin and Sammy once again pull the trigger. Everyone that I've seen online, okay, you know, Kevin's gonna turn on Sammy. Why? We've already dealt with that. These guys came up through Ring of Honor and the independent scene. Okay. And now they're a take team. So I want to see Sammy and Kevin go over. That's going to be fun. You know, just make that happen. You know, what's the harm in that? And I know the Usos are one of the best take teams, and they've been multiple take team champions forever. But yeah, I definitely want to see Kevin and Sammy go over. What they're going to do with them after, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, Night one, you've got Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. And I mean, it's one of those things where I'm trying to understand that, okay, there's brother versus brother, we've had that. We definitely didn't have father versus son, unless, actually we did. Yes, we did. With Shane and Vince. Okay. So yeah, that's nothing new. I forgot about that. But anyways, I didn't like this feud at first. I really thought it was the shits. I really thought it didn't need to fucking happen. But through the time, and especially Dominic's promo on Raw with Damian Priest by his side, it was like he has really come into his own. And I think that when someone turns heel, I think that's very cool. They got a lot more creativity, and I think that's what Dominic has now. He's got this creativity. And yes, he looks like Eddie, and yes, he's made a lot of comments, but the Guerrero family has apparently gave him his blessing. So, yeah, you know what, this is gonna be fun. And, you know, I can't wait. So, I mean, yeah. There's really nothing more else to say, but hooray for Hollywood. Honda Night 2. Talk to you in a bit. Bye.
So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. But, you know, I think that there's this myth out there that Jamie Keller is that's why he took pleasure in cutting WCW. I don't think that's the case at all. Because if you look at some of his earlier interviews, like